I wanted to talk today about diet and how a lot of people are being fooled by thinking that it's just calories in, calories out, whereas it's much more complex than that. And specifically today, I'm going to be talking about the glycemic effect on your body. What is the glycemic effect? What are the main pitfalls that could happen if you don't manage it? And I'm going to come up with 5 important recommendations at the end that everyone needs to follow. So every time you eat food, it creates a glycemic response in your body, and blood sugar will be affected. How high the blood sugar goes and how big of a crash happens depends on the timing of your food and what you eat. It also affects your fat storage, energy. So how high your blood sugar goes and how big it crashes depends on the timing of meal and what you ate it with. This also really impacts fat storage as well as energy levels. So what is the glycemic index? When you eat certain carbs, it breaks down to glucose, which enters your bloodstream. And your pancreas releases insulin, which moves the glucose into your cells, which in some cases can create a backlog of stored energy if that energy is not used. So examples of high glycemic foods are white bread, sugar, sugary drinks, pop, and that creates a massive insulin spike in your body and then also followed up by a big crash. And low glycemic foods, for example, are vegetables, legumes, and whole grain foods. That causes a slow release of energy over time, which is much better than a big spike and crash. So what happens when blood sugar is managed poorly over time? Well, there's low energy, brain fog, and that afternoon slump is a glycemic index crash in disguise. That creates fat storage, which is a backlog of energy, and also cravings, which create blood sugar spikes and crashes. And this can lead to insulin resistance, which means your body stops responding to it over time. And that can lead to prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and those things need to be dealt with medication and big changes in your life. So let's not get to that point. This can lead to systematic inflammation and chronically high blood pressure, which damages your blood vessels over time. So to avoid getting here, I have 5 key recommendations that are going to help you manage your blood sugar levels. Prioritize protein, fiber, and fats with every meal. This helps you to neutralize the glycemic effect, and it will have much less of an effect with the rise and fall of your blood sugar, and it will help you to manage glycogen over time. You want to prioritize your vegetables before your starchy carbs. This will impact your glycemic index significantly. It is up to 30 to 40% less of a spike in your blood sugar level if you eat the vegetables first, and this costs you nothing extra. Number 3, move after eating. Even a 10-minute walk will help drive the glucose into the muscles. Number 4, choose minimally processed foods. Foods that have been processed and fiber has been removed increases the glycemic impact of that food. You want to make sure your food comes out of the ground as opposed to out of a package. Number 5, don't skip your sleep. A poor sleep, which would be considered 6 hours or less, will impact the glycemic index on your body significantly. It would be almost to the degree of eating several sugary snacks the next day when you haven't done anything. Thank you for listening. If you found this interesting and informative, I've got some good news for you. We're going to be doing a lot more fitness-related content, so free information, helping you guys out. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, share, follow, all the above.